Going into these dungeons can be a little bit dangerous because there are multiple packs of enemies and you can get severely outnumbered, for example, up ahead. So let's say if I try to engage combat here, we'll have guys pop out from behind the walls in areas that you might not have been able to have seen. Make the fight more challenging and dangerous. The AI will just charge in and you can easily get surrounded. And even though this is a quote-unquote easy mission, it really is not that easy. You can die, you can easily wipe, or have a unit die permanently in combat here. So what you can do instead is, instead of charging in, you can try to pull one at a time after this fight is finished. I'll show you what I mean. So I already lost 2 units here. Let's see if I can chain stun this guy here.
Not again.
Let's finish this fight here. Okay, so your guys that were knocked out, they get back up after the fight. They regen health very slowly. If you have a unit that has a commander specialization, and you can get the first skill here, first aid, the first active skill you can invest in. That's a super valuable skill to have in these dungeons or these raids that you can go in later on in the game. You can't access these types of raids early on in the game, but eventually, as you progress through the game, you can do different types of activities. But having this first aid skill is really valuable because you can heal up your team, put the speed on the fastest, which is double time, and you can wait half as long for first aid to replenish. Otherwise, you can sit here and let them regen passively, but it takes a longer amount of time. So instead of just charging into a group of enemies like so, what you can do is you can either hit this stop follow button, group stop follow, or hotkey G, and just control one unit at a time. So let's have them move up to where I want. Slow it down a little bit here. Make it easier to navigate. I want to hit G to ungroup so I don't have all these guys following me, otherwise they might aggro unintentionally other units and cause a train. And if you just creep in slowly until someone can see you, they'll automatically aggro you. Once they aggro you, you can pull them back and engage one unit at a time instead of trying to fight 6, 7 enemies at a time. Yeah, so it's a lot easier to just pull 1 or 2 guys at a time instead of the whole group. I'm going to rinse and repeat here. Just have they can follow me, so I'm going to group them up, ungroup them with the hotkey G again, and just walk in, and I don't even need to shoot them, just have them see you and then pull back. It's kind of like playing like an MMO or something where you can try to pull small amounts, bite-sized amounts of units at a time instead of pulling an entire pack of enemies. It makes it so that it's you take a lot less damage and you have more sustainability to navigate through the dungeon instead of wiping half your group or so each time and actually risk dying. Again, your units can die too, losing them permanently. so you can mitigate that type of risk, pulling one at a time this way. Fighters are really cool. They have a lot of stunning abilities, so you can kind of chain your stuns together to somewhat stun lock them in place. That's the problem with having your allies get too close to the enemy pack, is they just automatically aggro, so I have to tell this guy here to cool it and to come back. Oh, he's feared. Okay. See how this goes. Yeah, so he accidentally pulled, so we all gotta go in now. But at least we were able to clear out the
Let's do this.
thin out their numbers here. Get a bit more manageable here. Again, fighters, they have stun lock here. Ping pong that guy. And my archer is just kind of watching. She's like, I'm done. I did my job. I pulled already. AI is
Let's do this.
a little bit wonky. Can be a little bit wonky in this game. Let's see if I can use some stun locks here to get this guy off. So it's a lot more manageable this way, just to use one unit, walk in there, aggro one guy at a time, or two, or whatever, a minimum amount, and rinse and repeat. And you can do this for every pack in the dungeon, just so that, again, you can actually mitigate the amount of damage you take and actually complete the dungeon, because there can be multiple packs, and it is slowly taxing on your